Alright guys, BLM here, back with more Horizon. It is the next day. It's already noon. I did have some stuff to take care of, but don't have anything going on for another like 3-ish hours, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so let's see. What should I do here? We do have skill points we can use. What should I get? Should I get this? I guess I'll get that. What was that? Splitting spike? I'll be honest, I really don't like this new skill tree. Alright, we'll do that. We have a lot of shit to do. Actually, we never did look at the, this is the Memorial Grove, right? Or Grove. Because, there's stuff there, right? There's more projections that we never looked at. So I was rushing through the ending of, the previous quest, so.
Out in the field or relaxing at base, Joint Task Force 10 acted as one. Led by Colonel Edward de la Hoya, their bodies and weapons were always honed for battle. Meals, ink, bruises. These daredevils of the sky shared it all. Observe the grid of JTF-10 in the mountainous regions of the hot zone. Trained to outlast.
My strength is yours.
For any climate. JTF-10 were elite defenders in even the most remote mountain landscapes. Discover how JTF-10 claimed home field. JTF-10 seized key assets all across the desert. Where others feared the Mojave's raging sandstorms, JTF soldiers used them for cover, tripling enemy supply lines.
Walk in French.
I finally earned enough medals from the hunting grounds to trade with Ducka. Greetings, warrior. Come on.
Join JTF-10 for a
That one's
covert
changed
operation
too.
deep within the rainforest. Whether at home or abroad, JTF-10 protected assets critical to the insurrection. Deep in the jungle, concealed by mud and darkness, they laid their traps for their enemies.
And these are kind of boring, realistically. I think that's it. Well, I think we're good either way. So what do I want to do? I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can do right now. Still can't do that mission, which is kind of annoying. I think we'll finish off everything that's like up here, I think. Actually, we're closer to that. Let's do that then. What is that? Second verse. How the fuck do I get out? And since we're here, might as well listen to the podcast.
Any news on your father?
He was probably arguably the most intelligent person on his season, but when you think about Zeke Smith, you don't think brainiac like Yul Kwan. And I think that is to Zeke Smith's credit, because he was so good at the social gaming and was just having such a good time that it actually shielded the degree to which he was a hyper genius. So if I can have a fraction of as much fun as Zeke Smith out there, that would be great.
Okay. All right. Anything else on Daniel?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to pull from other things he talked about. So let's talk about some pet peeves here. So not a lot applicable, right? People who are disruptive in movie theaters, people who try to talk to you even though you're wearing headphones. The one I really sympathize...
most of the talking that I do to people is when I'm wearing headphones.
Exactly. But I really sympathize with this last one. Oatmeal raisin cookies masquerading as chocolate chip cookies. The biggest sin that Betty Crocker committed was disguising chocolate chip cookies as oatmeal raisin. Get those things out of my sight.
Okay, so, Mike, is that your editorial about get those things out of my sight?
Yeah, I don't like them. And we have this argument in my household that my wife loves oatmeal raisin cookies and I'm in the chocolate chip camp.
The old Colby and Jerry.
Exactly. Like, really, I'm a lot of things, but I ain't no oatmeal raisin.
Yeah, I actually, I don't really like to talk about food on this podcast, but, no, actually, I don't mind them. I feel like they're a good, palate cleanser. Like, they would not be, my number one choice, but if there's, an assortment of cookies, I feel like, I'd go to an oatmeal raisin in the middle. Don't give me no sorbet sweet treat, okay? I am there to, bite into chocolate. Get these raisins, get these shriveled ass later days grapes out of my cookies. Oh my god, I'm being such a pig. It's like, all right, let me eat one healthy one. All right, let me eat an oatmeal raisin. Okay,
So
I didn't go totally hog wild. Okay, I had an oatmeal raisin.
Yeah, don't worry, okay? I was able to tide myself over, all right? I was able to be... This is the celery of cooking. Is that what you're implying?
Yes.
Negative calories. So let's talk more about... Daniel Strunk loves the more affinity with the Founding Fathers than Haley Ford herself. What is something we would never know from looking at you? I collect signed pocket U.S. constitutions. Among others, I have...
Oh, this is the Zoe mission.
I'll be there soon.
Okay.
Aloy, I'm glad we can do this together. The Grimhorns we're looking for should be just to the north. Let's go get those control cores. Thank you again for helping me. If this works, if we can heal the land gods, it will end a generation of suffering for my people.
How do you think Fane and the Chorus will take it? They seem to think the tribe's extinction is inevitable.
I've had my disagreements with them, but I'd like to see they'll be happy to be wrong in this.
There. The Grimhorns.
And they're not alone.
We'll just have to be smart about this.
I'll follow your lead.
One signed by Chief Justice Roberts, Justice Thomas, Justice Alito, Justice Sotomayor, and the former U.S. Ambassador to Estonia.
Okay. All right.
The Estonian ambassador is really the Haley Ford to the cast of Game Changers with that group. Speaking of
Mike,
Haley.
This is me, yes. This is me speaking totally, out of my butt. So, what's the market looking like for signed Supreme Court memorabilia?
I think it depends on the justice, if we're being completely honest. If there are certain ones that are retiring, that's, I don't know.
Are they worth more? Or do you want,
they worth more, or...
Sitting justice. Hey.
But if you retire, obviously, if you pass while in office, that's probably the most valuable. But if you retire, can you still retain the justice name? Like when presidents leave office, they can still be called president? Can you still call...
I think so.
So then from that capacity, that probably has the least amount of value, because you can sign it to them, when they're several years off the bench. So I think it does lose its value a bit.
Okay. Well, look, if you're smart, check out some of those prospects that might be nominated right now. Get them to sign now before their signatures go way up in value.
Do you think that's what he did with the former U.S. ambassador to Estonia? He felt like this guy's on the fast track to the justice bench.
Hey, look, maybe things go a certain way.
That's a random one. Did he just happen upon him in the cafeteria and ask him what he does? Just making small talk. He's like, all right, I guess I'll get this guy to sign my constitution. I would not be surprised if this was the first person to sign his constitution, because otherwise, if you get 3 Supreme Court justices, actually 4, including Chief Justice Roberts, to sign it, are you seeking out the Chief Justice, the ambassador to Estonia?
Look, this is all part of like a deep dive for the future.
Yeah, I suppose so. But let's keep on this note.
Yeah.
Who is your hero and why?
Yeah.
George Washington for being one of the few to ever resist power of that magnitude.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, this is level
Just
25.
one other thing. So
I didn't pay
that
attention.
he has,
That is a bubble level.
Roberts, Thomas, Alito, Sotomayor. I have to say, from what I understand, 4 out of 9 is out. He needs one more. One more and he's in, and not the ambassador of Estonia.
Yeah, unfortunately he's gonna get one more, though, I don't know, maybe with under President Culpeper, maybe 4 into 9 will be, the whole math will just be thrown out the window. And...
Pack the court,
which past Survivor player will you play the game most like? This is really interesting. Obviously, we talked about the Z comparison from my interview. He said, in order for me to win, I will need to lower my threat level from the get-go. The most natural way is to embrace my inner Goofy, like Fabio. And then, obviously, the winners I would model my game after are Yule and Todd. So Daniel Strunk really leaning into this, like, I'm a big clown, I've even got the hair for it, I'm the goofball, you can underestimate me, but actually I've got that, mechanical mind working behind the scenes, which even he admits easier said than done.
Okay. Alright. Mike, are we ready to move on to High?
Yes, because I will just say in general, I think we'll talk about this later on with the tribe, like, Daniel himself is really setting himself up as like, oh, I might be the first boot out of here, but I think he's a big X factor in many ways. I think he is somebody that sort of has that David Wright about him where he could be regarded as in trouble early on just due to being out of his element. He could very easily blow up his game in a big fashion like you're mentioning at Tribal Council. But if he is indeed able to ingratiate himself, if he's able to take root like his ever-growing follicles, then he can have longevity in this game.
Yeah. Okay. Mike, let's talk about the third of 6 castaways here in this Vati tribe, and that is going to be a man by the name of High.
High is here. High is living in New Orleans, sorry. Currently grew up in Atlanta after his family immigrated from Vietnam. High says, I can read the room better than I can read a book. And he talks a lot, we'll hear a lot about his story, but Survivor is seminal to, him being raised, him growing up essentially in front of a TV and learning how to make his way through the world.
Okay. All right, let's hear about 29-year-old data scientist High.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I'm doing Survivor because it's a lifelong dream of mine. I've been watching the show since I was 8. For me, the show has such significance because I immigrated to the U.S. when I was 3 years old from Vietnam as a refugee. And growing up, we were very poor, and my parents worked 7 days a week, and as a result, I was often left alone. I'm a latchkey kid, meaning that I let myself in after school by myself, and I would kind of supervise everything that I did from a very young age. I don't recommend it. Always find a babysitter if you can, but for better or worse, I was raised in front of a television screen. And Survivor was at the forefront of my childhood development, as weird as that sounds. But fortunately, I think Survivor as a series does such a great job at highlighting and sharing the voices of such diverse people and communities that it was so influential to me as a young child to be exposed to that. Because when you grow up poor, you don't really have the means to explore the world. And the show allowed me to see such a variety of people that existed and allowed me the chance to travel and see these beautiful views that I couldn't access within the confines of, our apartment. So to me, this is a lifelong dream, but it's also fulfilling this sense of adventure that's been instilled in me from such a young age.
AstroTurf. Yeah, so he'll go into a little bit more about this, but I think it's interesting to really focus in on this. And obviously, I come from an incredibly different background as High, but I do agree. Now, obviously, when it came to diversity, what has come out the past couple of years is that Survivor certainly could have done better. But, For instance, I remember being 10 years old watching Survivor Borneo and never meeting a gay person in my life, and seeing somebody like Richard Hatch and realizing like what a bit of the LGBTQ lifestyle was. And so I do think that like from the get-go, Survivor was really about bringing together people from different walks of life. And it's a really interesting idea that for someone who doesn't necessarily have the means or the ability to meet certain people or travel to certain locations, sometimes, especially in the beginning of this reality TV, which really was focused on reality, sometimes you got access to certain communities and certain types of people through these shows.
Yeah, for sure. And, that's one of the reasons why, I've tried to, as much as possible, include the stories from diverse castaways on Robin's podcast, because that I think that for a lot of people who may not have the experience of, interacting with as many diverse people in their everyday lives, they do feel like that, these survivors and other reality TV contestants, like, they do feel like that they know them, and then, hearing like a certain point of view from somebody that they already know, I think is like, much more powerful than hearing the same words from a stranger that they aren't familiar with at all. So it's been a big part of this big diversity initiative that they've done on Survivor has been like the work of those players that have like come before.
Yeah, and so Hyde's going to go into this, that, being a latchkey kid, his parents work 7 days a week. He talked in his bio about how essentially he lived in a one-bedroom apartment with another family as well. So he spent a lot of time by himself, and it's really fostered this state of independence, which does play into the game of Survivor, right? Because everyone says that in Survivor, the only person you can truly trust 100% is yourself, and not to say that that has like fostered a sense of distrust in Hyde at all, but he has spent, an extraordinary amount of time by himself in his life, besides the people that he's turned to on a show like Survivor.
Okay, let's go back to Hyde.
What's your history with Survivor?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was raised in front of a television, and what interested me most on TV were stories about real people. Unlike other little kids, I didn't really like cartoons or these shows that were designed to just entertain you. I like to learn. I always liked documentaries, things related to reality. I know reality TV is in its own special category, but I think Survivor was so interesting from a storytelling standpoint, and it really helped build my sense of emotional and social intelligence. So in your everyday life, you don't really encounter people that are trying to deceive you or steal from you or lie to you. For the most part, the people you meet in your everyday life are good-hearted people. And so there's this part of emotional and social intelligence that you need to learn from being betrayed and lied to that I picked up from Survivor, and it really helped make me a more astute child. So let me give you an example of why that helped me.
Gaia showed me a way to scan them and take what we need to update the reboot code. I'll head back to base and get started. When I was a child, there was always enough to eat. The land gods provided for us, and every season we celebrated them. My happiest memories come from those times. Do you really think we can bring them back?
We'll make it happen.
Thank you, Aloy.
So we'll probably need some time to sort through those cores. I should do something else in the meantime.
Oh, fuck, there's more to that mission? Oh, just talk to her at the base. I guess we'll do that.
I see you, Check.
Actually, since I'm here, I might as well go to this guy.
There's a tall neck south of here that's been acting twitchy. Something's wrong with it, but I'm not sure what. Might be smart to stay alert if you run into it.
Good to know.
Which one is that? This one down there. It's still weird that I can't do this one yet. Whatever. There's that one there.
What's wrong with that tall neck? If I can override it.
I would be opposed to getting that. Even that one's not that strong. Whatever.
Useful data on the surrounding area. I should check it out.
Just a rock. Isn't it supposed to put me like right into the base?
I was hoping we could talk.
Go ahead.
Now that you have those control cores, are you ready to reboot the land gods in Plainsong?
Not yet. Gaia told me the reboot code has to be altered using data from the cores. She updated my focus with software to accomplish this task, but apparently it's very complicated. It'll take time.
Well, let me know if you need any help.
I will.
Okay, so
May you on Earth.
that's like on hold then? Okay. So, what should we do now then? I guess we should do that one. Where is it? It is weird how the game just like doesn't. Like when you're in here, you're just like other like markers don't load in. Which makes sense considering I'm assuming this is like its own separate piece of the world, and then like it's loading this in when you get towards the end. That's why that like hallway is there. But still,
Lighting in.
What was that? Okay.
Drone. Must be part of Cyclops.
Oh, how do you do that?
If I can get its data, I can reconnect it with the dome back at the base. But how to get there?
Oh, there.
Oh. Maybe I can climb something and jump onto the drone.
You're mine! Taking you with me!
Okay, gotta grab the drone's data.
Okay. Wait, so what does this do? I guess we'll see. Is there more information from this person? They just like randomly have information. Like, is it just like a billion fucking things?
Sit, please.
Like, they just have everything.
I spotted a group of Osran salvagers wandering the edge of the desert near the southwestern border. I'd report it, but I don't think they'll last long. If the machines down there don't get them, the storms will.
Oh, that's kind of you. Sounds like
Stay
this
alert.
room could use a hand.
Wait, where's that one? Yeah,
If I'm down there. Turning into an icicle out here.
So this Hephaestus, he's like Gaia's own personal black.
Welcome back.
Okay, data module's in.
Like, what does this do? That's what I'm just confused. Like, we just get like.
Good choice.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy. What would you like to discuss?
So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout. I should be going.
Goodbye, Aloy.
Alright, so... yeah, what should we do then? I feel like we should go back to a city, actually. Should I just go here? Actually, wait, no, I don't want to do the pit, though, but... I do feel like I should. There's a Stitcher, Hurless, Cook, Workbench, yeah. I think we'll probably go back there. Or should we go here, actually? It's like, this is like the highest level area we've been to, right? There's not much, oh no, there's a lot there. Yeah, so, I think we might go there. Yeah, and we'll restock on everything. These, like, we're pretty low on most things. And that loads so quick. Okay, so yeah, let's go and listen to the podcast.
Both
again,
of
and
my
then we'll probably
parents
end the
did
episode.
not speak a lick of English when we came over to the U.S., and by default, I was their translator in any sort of social capacity. So as a result, having to translate for my parents from such a young age, I had to pick up these social skills very early on in my development, and Survivor was really helpful at doing that.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
My favorite moment from Survivor as a series is also very controversial, but it's one that I relate to a lot. It was Game Changers when Zeke was outed for being transgendered. I understand why this moment was so hard for the series and for Zeke and for his tribe mates to rewatch, but it was so important as a gay man who was also outed in high school to see that story being shared in such a poignant manner, because I'm 28 years old now and I'm proudly gay, but it wasn't always like that. And as a young gay person, even though others around you might have an inclination that you are gay, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're out to yourself yet. And having someone rip that secrecy or sense of security from you, I can't say it enough, is devastating, and it's dangerous, and it's criminal. And to see that unfolding on national television was heartbreaking, but it was so important as a culture to learn from it, because unfortunately it happened. Where do we go from there? We learn from it and we grow as a society. So for me, that was the most powerful, incredible moment in all 40-something seasons of the show.
That's for Turf. Yeah, and so I think this really hits the nail on the head with what Hai was talking about before. Because, I mean, when you talk about those moments where people...
Sounds like you've been to one of the other clan's capitals. I'm Arayo. My brother Vrak and I run this training pit. We watched you bring down the bulwark. Made our day to see our arrogant commander so furious. Anyway, if you've been to another clan's training pit, then you must know the drill. Same rules apply here. You can train or take on a challenge. Only your spear and a practice bow are allowed in the pit. Complete all of our challenges, and you can spar with us.
And when I beat you, I'll earn a mark?
If. And yes, a token of victory to present to the Enduring.
Who is this Enduring, exactly? All I've heard is that they're the best trainer amongst the Tenakth.
Earn 3 marks. Then you'll see.
Oh, is this the last one? This is the third one, right? No. I have the dodge and then... What? wrong input. That's literally what you're telling me to do. Or does it want me to jump? I'm so confused. Oh, okay.
You can't win a battle if you're dead, and distance will keep you alive. This
I've
combination
never
gets
used
you out
that,
of trouble
but fine.
and punishes your enemy.
All the tusks I need. Now I just have to find that roller back Kala mentioned. Get the part she needs to fix the
Wait,
ballista
what?
at the
What?
arena.
Why is that activating?
Survival on the battlefield is down to tactics. Your best target isn't always the closest, so select your target and strike.
I feel like the mission thing's like glitching out right now.
All the tusks I need. Now I just have to find that roller back Kala mentioned. Get the part she needs to fix the ballista at the arena.
Fuck. Oh, fuck off! I need to actually go before. Okay, whatever. I have to do all these in a row.
To really hurt a defensive opponent, use a block breaker. Then chain it into an attack using a half moon slash.
Cool. Alright, let's just do this.
All the tusks I need. Now I just have to find that roller back Kala mentioned.
A still blade
Let's
is
focus in.
Fix the ballista at the arena.
you hurt? Where did she?
What? I'm not doing anything. Okay, whatever. Or is he already defeated? Oh.
Use of evasion.
This one's a bit tougher, but still not that difficult in the rest of things.
Enough. Challenge is over.
I did it.
Maybe next time.
Oh, did we time out? I was not unconscious. What?
All the tusks I need.
What?
Now I just have to find that roller back
Sharp
Kala
blade is
mentioned.
the best teacher.
Enough
Fix
training.
the ballista at the arena.
Rock.
Combat.
Nice.
My blade is still undefeated.
Stand and fight.
My blade can still strike.
Where is your confidence?
Make a fight of it.
No.
Face me. Keep that blade moving. Blood of the 10. We yield.
Okay.
Damn it.
Damn, you're tough. I think Varrock might have even cracked a smile. Here, you've earned this mark.
Thanks. 2 marks. 1 more to go.
Oh,
And the
no.
enduring. Most never even get this far. Good luck getting your final mark. And let me know if you want a rematch, another challenge, or more training. You'll always be welcome here.
Okay.
I have to go.
If you want to spar again, we'll be here.
Okay. Well then, what mission is that? Level 18. Okay, we'll probably do that next then. We'll go there, probably do that. Yeah, continue on from there. Yeah, for now, thanks for watching. Actually, fuck, I forgot about that. I did want to start going to save points before ending. That way. Actually, I just realized, right before we end, actually, I might as well upgrade things if I can. Okay, let's do that. Okay, enough for that. Those aren't worth upgrading. Nothing there. Nothing there. Pouch. Tripwire. Bomb. Trap. Of course, it's everything I don't care about. Alright, whatever.
Will you trade today?
Alright, so let's end here. We'll save. And next episode, continue on. So for now, thanks for watching.